Hi, everybody. This is Spiritual Teacher for You. My name is Cassie, and I'm here to give you a reading today. And I am definitely feeling Isis. I know I just recently did a reading calling on her, but I'm feeling her energy again, so I can't help but to. As I was getting ready, she was all over the place. She was definitely calling. So there are several things that were like, pay attention to this, pay attention to this. And I've just kind of been noting things that come up. And I know I'm high vibing because my nose always itches when I'm getting there at least. So something that came to mind was that peaches. I was eating a peach, and when I looked at the peach, it was heart shaped, and I tried to take a picture of it, but my camera wouldn't focus. It just wouldn't do it right. And then it was like, you don't need to take a picture of it. But it was literally a heart shaped peach. And I was like, and I kept hearing like, you're somebody's peach, like somebody calls you peaches, or I don't know. There's something like Princess Peach is now coming to mind. And that song that Jack Black sings, or that Bowser sings to Peaches. It's great. I was obsessed with it for a little bit. So that heart shape is coming in, and then I felt very drawn to where this is goldstone, although amber was coming forward earlier, but definitely this burgundy color. I'm also wearing a burgundy color skirt, and there's like burgundy color roses, and this is the ace card. And I'm just feeling love. Okay, you guys, I'm feeling love. So there's something that Isis wants us to know about love, and this feels romantic, but I'm also feeling for a collective, this is self-love. Okay. What earrings? Oh, these are garnet earrings. So just that ruby red color, that shiny goldstone, just burgundy color is really like that dusty rose color. I'm getting pink too here. So definitely some love energy coming through, and it's unconditional love that I'm feeling. My voice feels very strained as I'm trying to say these things to y'all. So there's this energy of like, not saying how you feel about someone, or someone's not saying how they feel about you, and that energy just cleared out. So oh, and drinking peach or eating peaches right now is really good. The energy of the peach particularly is very good. Also, I'm getting the strawberry moon is coming back, because I almost wore strawberry earrings and they didn't feel right, so I took them off. But then I immediately watched a video of myself where I had strawberry earrings in. So I definitely was like, okay, I'm noting the strawberry ear. I ate some strawberries. Strawberries keeps coming up. So, and the strawberry moon just happened. So there's definitely there's fruit. Like the fruit is here for you to enjoy, is what I'm hearing now. Um, Also, there's something here about the elements working together or against. For example, you could be a water sign and you may be with someone who's a fire sign, or vice versa, or something like that. And then, so water signs are Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer, and fire signs are Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. So if there is a fire sign and a water sign together, when those elements work beautifully together, fire boils water, and then water alchemizes into water vapor. So there's this alchemy, beautiful alchemy taking place, almost like fire. Sorry, my throat. See? Let me drink my peach herbal tea. Those footsteps on the cup mug are calling out to me. I'm hearing baby steps, one step at a time. whatever cliche saying that has steps in it, footprints, leaving your footprints, I'm hearing. So you may be on the path of really needing to leave your footprint. Like you're really wanting to, you want to know yourself, like, what am I leaving behind? You know, if you don't have kids, or if you have kids, you know, you're leaving your kids behind, but what are you leaving them with to pass down? And then if you don't have kids, what are you leaving this earth? What impact are you having while you're on this planet? And I'm not saying that kids are the only way that you can leave something behind, but that is the most normal thing. You have a family, you have kids, you pass, and then you pass down everything that goes to them, and it goes on, generational stuff. So I'm hearing for the people that don't have kids, well, okay, for the people who are watching this reading, whenever you're watching it, and you are not someone who is interested or will be interested in having kids, and so you don't have any, there is a reason for that, because spirit and your purpose is to focus on healing completely. And so kids can sometimes be a distraction from that. And I'm hearing that whatever lessons you would have, or whatever values you would get from having a child. Wow, that's so specific. Okay. So for someone, one of the best ways us as humans can know what unconditional love feels like is by having a child, because the love that a parent has for their kid is unconditional love. That's why some people say the love you have for your child is even more than the love you have for your partner or the father of your child. You know, I've heard people say that before, and it's like, okay. And so that's because when you love your child as a parent, it's unconditional love. You're going to love them no matter what they do, right? Or that's how it, I mean, that's how it usually is. There are definitely exceptions. Um, so whatever level of love you are at within yourself is the amount of unconditional love you can give your child. So for parents that don't love themselves, yes, they will pass that down onto their child. And it'll look like they don't love or love like they should, but they are loving them as much as they possibly know how to. And there's a lot of guilt and shame and all kinds of things that goes with that. But unconditional love, when you are at a high level of self-love, is so beyond anything you could experience just by loving a partner, or a soulmate or whatever, because it is literally, you are the responsible party for this human that you brought into this world, and their fate is in your hands, to a certain degree, to a certain point of their lives. And then what did you pass down to them, and did you love them unconditionally, or did you judge their choices or their journey? So I don't know why that's coming up. I guess someone needed to hear that. Maybe you're reflecting on yourself as a parent. So those of you, let me circle back around. Those of you that don't have children, having a child is like almost like a quick, this is what unconditional love is. But if you don't have children, how can you experience unconditional love, right? So it's almost like you have to go through a little bit more to be able to feel that, to be able to choose love every time. And then you realize that's what unconditional love is. You're choosing love every time, despite what a person may be doing or saying with their lives. Okay. I hope that made sense. I had no idea that was coming through. So the other thing about the elements, though, that I wanted to say was that's, when they're working together, it can be so beautiful. When the elements, let's say a water and fire sign, are not vibing together, maybe one has elevated more than the other and the other one's not meeting them there, and so there's like this disconnect. Well, water can put out fire, fire can evaporate water. So it's almost like you can take it to it's a draining energy more than an uplifting, alchemizing energy. Okay, I'm just making sure that's all there is for that one. So I guess if whatever sign you are, your sun sign I'm hearing, look at what your partner's sun sign is and kind of see what the element is that goes with that and how y'all can kind of use those elements to really make this partnership, ebb and flow in a balanced way. Okay. All right. So, yeah, the other thing, and then we'll get to the reading, you guys. There's a lot of downloads and messages that Isis is wanting you to hear. I guess those peaches at the beginning, if peaches and strawberries are really jumping out to you, then this reading's probably for you. But drum circles or dancing to drums seems to be something that she wants you to engage in or pay attention to. If you're hearing like a really drum like beat, and there's drums playing right now on my television, so if you can hear that, that deep drum beat, is really coming through. I just got told to bring my mic closer. I don't know. I hope you guys can hear everything I was saying. And the last thing I heard it so loud right before I turned the record button on was, yeah, I love myself. No, I don't need anyone else. I love me. By Haley Steinfeld, I think. Steinfeld. I love me. No, I don't need anyone else. Something like that. I don't know. It's a really great song. And once you realize what she's talking about, you'll be like, oh, okay, you go, girl. Check that song out. It definitely has a surprise meaning. I thought it was about loving yourself, like, self-love. Maybe she just got out of a relationship and like, I don't need nobody. I can love myself. Kind of like Miley Cyrus's Flowers, I can buy myself flowers. Yeah, I don't need somebody to buy me flowers. I don't need no man, I thought that's what the energy was of that song. No, go check it out. I mean, it kind of is like I don't need no man, but for a different reason. So, anyways, let's hop to these messages. I am being called to use. Lemurian crystal is coming out here, and selenite is really coming out here. So those may call to you. Maybe you've seen them or used them recently, or spirit saying that would be good for you to use. So I've got my combined deck of my Egyptian Star Oracle cards and the Shaman Oracle deck that I have. So I'm going to shuffle these, give it a good shuffle, and we're going to see what needs to come out at this time for the collective. My dogs are really barking a lot outside, so I do feel like your attention is needed, like because this feels like an attention bark, like hey so listen up. Isis is really present here right now. What's going on, girl? Okay, give me just a second. If you have an herb garden or you have bought fresh herbs or are growing herbs, Isis is very happy with that. She wants you to know that she's very happy with that, and she would love for you to use those in your food. Anything else? Beauty's coming forward. Like, it's like she's showing me her beauty. Okay. It's almost like she wants you to notice the subtle beauty of life, because the things she's showing me are like her golden skin and just like, yeah, her skin is really really coming forward here. So you may love someone's skin, or they love your skin, or they just want to touch your skin. I don't know. Okay. Now that is so interesting. I've been shuffling, you guys, and these cards were mixed up pretty darn good. And now they have separated almost completely. Like it's like two different decks here. So that is very interesting to me. I don't know what that is about. Maybe you are in a separation with your divine counterpart right now. This also feels like some of you may be going through a separation. Okay, what do we got? Kau, the thousands, respect and admiration. Number 30. So I see what I'm first noticing is the people like bowing down, praising this God, right? Wow, somebody really respects and admires you. They really watch you. They watch your every move and they love watching you. Like it's almost an obsession. So you may have a secret admirer, I'm getting. But it's not on stalker level, you guys. Some of you got like tensed up. This feels like a soulmate or someone that you would also enjoy watching and admiring. But this feels like you don't know who they are and you don't know that they're doing it. Okay. I also feel like you are leveling up in your career, and this is going to bring more admiration and praise. I'm hearing you'll hear, ooh, I just got a sensation through my root sacral area. Oh, so it made you scared for me to say that you would be um leveling up, like getting a promotion. It almost made you nervous. So work on that root chakra. Release that fear. Just say, I release this fear. I release whatever fear I have about being successful. I release whatever is holding me back from being successful. Say it. Say it out loud. Ow, ow, ow. Okay. We have another one coming out here. We have Osiris, you guys. We have Osiris, which, as you know, was Isis's partner. So this is this. Let me make sure. I'm doubting myself. You know what? I'm not gonna look it up. So if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure Isis and Osiris were lovers. Yes, I'm pretty sure about that. But if not, I'm sorry. But Osiris is the god of the afterlife and fertility. And this card is resurrection. Also, Osiris has that, is it a wolf head? Maybe jackal? I can't quite remember that. But also notice again that there's a person bowing down, almost praising this. Okay, so give me just a second. So this is the masculine I'm feeling. Isis wants me to pay attention to the divine masculine and masculine energies here. Feels like you're hiding behind a masculine. Yeah, because how Osiris is hiding behind that the mummy tomb thing there. Oh God. Casket? I don't know. Whatever. I'm not gonna get caught up on the technical terms, but Oh, and again, look at this epitaph. I don't even know if that's right, you guys. I'm just speaking stuff now. Um, it's like someone is bowing down to this person as they're sitting. Yeah, because they're doing like this motion. So, wow, there is so much admiration towards you. But I also feel this is a mutual admiration if you knew who it was. I don't think that they know that you would admire or that you do admire them. You just don't know. Oh my God, it's like a romantic comedy here where the two people really admire each other, but there's no, like, they both don't know it. So, and they stay quiet. So there is something blocking the masculine from coming forward here towards you. There's something blocking it. It could be a karmic female. Yeah. And so I see them moving away from this karmic female because with the card being resurrection, that means they are rising into their divine masculine. And a divine masculine is meant to heal from these karmic relationships so that he can come to you. And your healing is causing him to want to heal. Wow. Okay, I just got a shaman card. So the staff has come out here, and this kind of reminds me of the Ace of Wands. So for some readers I've seen, they see the Ace of Wands as like somebody's very passionate towards you. I definitely feel passion, and my mouth is wanting to curl up. Like I'm wanting to smile because someone is so passionate towards you. My cheeks are literally burning, you guys. I mean, like I can't help it to smile. Wow. They just admire you so much. My goodness. I'm hearing though that they may put you on a little bit of a pedestal because if they are admiring you, it feels like through social media or you know, basically social media because that's all they have to admire you through. So you may be someone who puts stuff out there, and so they see you, so they're seeing that side of you, and so they may be putting you up on a pedestal a little bit because they are not seeing, they're seeing what you're presenting and to the public, you know, and we all present our best selves to the public as much as we can. It's human nature, you know, and until we have a reason not to, maybe we're exhausted for having to be so positive all the time, and it's just like, oh goodness, you know, yes, okay, yes, thank you, yeah. Whereas normally you'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, but that gets exhausting because unless that's a genuine like, oh, okay, it's draining. So if you're not really that enthused, I'm getting from Isis to watch or observe your behavior in your reactions towards people talking to you. Are you overly reactive, and why? Um, are you trying to like boost their ego? Are you trying to look enthusiastic or positive? Like, is that a genuine reaction to what they're saying, or are you just wanting to please them? You know, for some of you that felt very specific. So let's look at the staff in the guidebook. There it is. Oh, you guys. Okay, so the staff is 51. Owls might be significant. You might be seeing skulls or deer antlers, or antlers, just period. You could be seeing just bones in general, or like big sticks out in the yard, like this staff. The staff is the symbol of authority. It holds the power to temper extremes. The staff helps you find the right course of action, the way of the middle. So this is kind of like the temperance card, and aids you to maintain your balance after you begin walking in that direction. Moses carried a serpent staff through the desert, and with it he could summon the power of nature to heal or call plagues. The staff reminds you of the impermanence of all things, and that your authority must come from deep longing to serve. You know, that's. Am I supposed to go into that? Okay. Okay, so in Christianity, you know, okay, Spirit's telling me not to go into that. The energy's not there for that. All right. So, trust your inner wisdom. Take the first step on a journey that your heart has already embarked on. So, this staff is telling you to make that move. Say that thing. Do the thing you've been avoiding doing because you know it's going to, it puts you in a vulnerable place. Be vulnerable. Why not? Why not? What do you have to lose? Be vulnerable. Yeah, that feels correct. Okay. So, you know what? We are going to stop there. I do feel, I'm trying to feel from Isis if she's done. She is not. I'm teasing. I don't mind this at all. I am getting solar plexus chakra energy right now. So there's something here about personal power and embodying your personal power, standing in your truth and not being afraid to do so. Okay, I'm using my personal deck. That's what called to me just now. And when I split the deck, it was on the You Are Supported card. So that's lovely. Isis is definitely here to help you if you call on her. You know, okay, I am bringing this up because I want to know y'all's opinion. Let me know. Please. I was doing some affirmations for the strawberry full moon, and one of the affirmations was, I invite beings of, or messages from beings of love and light. And then that got me to thinking, like, wait a second, you just went through a whole dark night of the soul and you had to face your shadows, and they're part of you, and you accepted them. So why do you only invite beings of love and light? Why can't you get messages from beings of darkness, of the shadow world? You know, it's not like it's not that you're doing something evil. It's that you're getting their perspective on things to help you see things, see the polarity, see the duality, see the contrast of things. You know, the world's all about balance. So it's not that I want to invite darkness into my life. I definitely am a being of love and light, always. But it's knowing that the darkness is there and we can call on it if we need to. It feels like they are also waiting for us to be like, hey, you know, I need to be able to stand in my power. And I think my empathetic heart is preventing me from really, how can you help me stand in my power? Like, I'm getting Queen of Swords energy here, you know? She's known as a bit of a on the darker side of the feminine versus the Queen of Wands, a very compassionate, empathetic. So yeah, that was a pretty cool message. Okay. What else? Ancestors. Yes. Yes, of course. They are here. I don't know if you can see them, but they are here. And notice they are here under the tree waiting for you. That scene from Wakanda, Black Panther. That scene from Black Panther where he goes through the process of becoming the Black Panther, and he meets his father, and it's like, oh, this is being passed down through your ancestors. So some of you here, there's something about a gift being passed down to you from your ancestors. You have gifts and abilities. You can feel energy. Wow. I'm sorry, sweet baby. My kitty is vomiting. So there's something about purging here. Everything that happens during let me make sure she's okay. Okay. She's good now. Poor thing. Goodness. It's so violent. So violent. If any of y'all have cats, you understand. Okay, so we've got gratitude coming out here. Gratitude makes me think that you've been focusing a lot probably on all the stuff going wrong or seeming so like bogging you down, weighing you down, stressing you out, making you worry, causing anxiety. And so Isis is saying if you look for what you're grateful for, it shifts that energy. It kind of alchemizes it into, okay, for example, this is a silly example. I posted a video of me catching a cardinal that I was outside on my back porch, and a cardinal kept trying to like land on the railing because there's bird seed there, but it would fly away, watch me come and fly away, and it would never land until I came inside. And so I was like, I wanted to be like Snow White and all the birds like around me, but it was scared or like cautious. It didn't know me. It never met me before. It didn't know if I had good intentions or not. And so I don't know why that got good intentions or not. Like it came out kind of slurry. Or some of y'all are slurring over your words. Maybe somebody has slurred speech. There's something there. Something about the words not coming out properly. But anyways, but I was able to get such a good close up when he did finally land and watch him eat. So that was cool. So it's almost like changing it into, instead of, oh man, that sucked, into, oh, but look what I got instead, or, look what I was able to do because of that. So there is like shifting from those low vibing frequencies and feelings and energies into more high vibing. This will help you kind of switch the trajectory. It'll make things easier, honestly. So you are someone who has a very bright light, and Isis is really encouraging you to share it, to do the healing you need to do in order to love yourself fully and show up as authentically as possible, because you and your authenticity is what's going to heal the world. So yeah, focus. Oh my gosh, literally the things I just said. Focus on your health and your self-love, your self-image. See her looking in the mirror, facing herself, figuring out, loving herself even with the thorns around her heart, knowing that you can have an open heart, but also have boundaries, and know what you're willing to allow in your heart and what you're not willing to allow in your heart. And this will help as well, a fruit for each chakra. So let's go through the chakras. This will be fun. All right. So for the root, I'm getting beets. Basically anything that comes from the ground, like turnips, potatoes. I'm getting sweet potatoes, also apples. Not as many apples because they're very sweet, but yeah. So the sacral, oranges, anything orange, anything in the orange family. Um, Carrots, yes, that's also good for your third eye, and your eyes are carrots. And yeah, okay. And then the solar plexus, anything yellow, bananas, squash, like yellow squash, peaches, uh, yeah, melon, cantaloupe. Yeah, good stuff. For our heart, anything green, everything green is good for our heart. So, all that stuff that's green. There's so many green things. And then your throat, blueberries, whatever else is blue, blueberries. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why nothing else is coming to mind for blue. Maybe y'all can put some things down in the comments. And then your third eye and your crown, anything purple. I got eggplants. Really high frequency foods. You can Google what foods have the highest like frequency, energetic frequency, and that's good for your crown. Okay. All right. How are we feeling here, Isis? Willow tree is coming to mind here. Willow. Maybe someone's name is Willow. There's something about hair too. Because the willow, I'm just getting like how it's it looks like hair when it's blowing in the wind. So somebody admires your hair. What else? The initial C is coming out. Let me see. I feel like there's more initials coming. B and D. CBD. Oh, that was great. So some of you could benefit from CBD. Yeah, CBD actually has some really, and CBD is one of those that like you ingest it and it's not necessarily an instant, it takes time to take effect. It's a little bit slower in its healing capabilities. Okay. All right, anything else, Isis? I wanted to kind of keep this short. Golly! She says there's Boa. And she's wanting me to get my romance and love deck. All right, girl. Mother Isis, I just heard. She was like, I ain't your girl. No, she didn't really say that. But I did hear Mother Isis. Mother Isis. Yeah, she's very connected to Mother Nature. So nature may be calling to you. A storm is a brewing right now where I currently am. The wind is blowing. My puppies are kind of freaking out, so I'm going to go let them inside real quick. Well, then, I went to go let my dogs in, and I step in a hairball that my cat just released from her body, so that was pleasant. Again, I feel when I open this space up to spirit, anything that comes through, anything that happens is part of the message. So there's something about stepping in crap here. Stepping in crap. And also I didn't see it like I cleaned up, but I only cleaned up what I saw. So I didn't see her do the hairball. Yeah, I know. This is like, okay, you're going a little too much. You're a little overanalyzing here, but it's, for some of you, this may resonate. Take it if it resonates. If it doesn't, just leave it behind. Yeah, but there's something that needs to be cleaned up that you're not aware of. That's the message I'm feeling from that. Okay. So let's get a message from the Love and Romance deck that Isis wants us to know. wants the collective to know. What is this? Oh, and something about a storm. So kind of reminds me of the Tower card. A storm's a brewing. Maybe you've been having dreams of like tornadoes or just a big storm or like big dark clouds. I thought there was a message here, Isis. What's going on? She's like, be patient. Okay. Oh, she wants me to try a different technique, which I'm going to spread the cards and then feel. This is how I used to do readings. I would spread the cards out and just feel the energy from the cards. So there's something about going back to an old way of doing things that will work out for you. Holy crap, I forgot that I did this. Okay, one more. Sorry that I'm not showing this part. Okay, so I got 4 cards here. I heard this won't be for everybody, so voids. We've got voids. Can't see it with that light. Avoid rushing to feel voids with love and seek inner fulfillment. So this is the dive inside. And that's what Isis is about, going deep. And there's divine feminine here. So there's something about healing a divine feminine wound. Yeah. So when you are in a period of isolation and you're not committed to anyone, there can be this like urge to want to feel that space with a person. And so Spirit's really, and Isis is really discouraging you from doing that. In fact, they want you to really hermit up and isolate so that you can be one with yourself. And that song by Haley Steinfeld's coming again. No, I don't need anyone else. I love me. Yeah, so yeah, there's definitely a period that they want you to be alone. That's coming in very strongly. We've got nurture. It's hard when this light's so bright, it's hard to see these cards. Interesting. So there's a message here for someone that you may be so focused on your light that you're not actually doing the deep work because you're so focused on your light. All right, so let's dim that light a little bit. We want to come down. And now you can see the card a little bit better. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, there's something about not okay, hold on. Let me get that message right. There's something here about not being afraid to dive deep and not being afraid to admit your shadows, your flaws is what wanted to come out, but it didn't feel right. Things that you would consider flaws in yourself. And really looking at those things and like, why is it there? How can I change my attitude about it? So there's that shift I'm feeling of needing to shift how you feel about it. I was just thinking of my own self, what it's hard for me to accept about myself that I see as a flaw. And I was trying to figure out how I could say it without actually saying what I consider the flaw is. So when I figure that out, I'll let you guys know. So nurture your relationships like blooming flowers and they'll flourish. So this to me is sounding like nurturing the relationship you have with yourself by doing that inner work, by isolating and doing that inner work. Okay? The X is coming forward here along with apology. So your ex may be coming forward with an apology. That's pretty straightforward. Or you may need to apologize to your ex. Ooh, that one sounded a little tougher, didn't it? So some of y'all are healing from a karmic partner, and they really did a number on you. But I'm seeing that you have begun to see your part in it, and where you were held accountable. So there may need to be an apology from you. You know, and don't worry about boosting their ego or giving when you apologize, do it for you, not necessarily for them. Like, hey, I need to say this because I feel it's important that I take ownership of my part in our relationship, and where I could have handled things a little bit differently than I did. And, you know, just that kind of thing. Yeah, that feels right. Okay. All right. That feels like the end of that. I do feel like I want to end on a different card, but we are 45 minutes in, so I'm just gonna close my eyes for a second and see if Isis wants to say anything else. Go forward with your heart. Space open, filled with your dreams. I am seeing, you guys, I am seeing like outer space, like a galaxy kind of background, and a feminine and a masculine kind of rotating around each other, and their heads, like just their heads. And the woman I see has like a flower in her hair, kind of like right here. And the masculine, I can only see the back of his head. It's dark. So that's interesting. The feminine. So this feels like a reading for the divine feminine, but that doesn't mean it's only for the divine feminine. Okay. Any other image? And then there's like this just big cartoony heart right there. That was a really cool visual. All right, you guys, much love and light on your journey. Seriously, I am so sending so many good vibes to you guys because I know how tough this is. I know this journey is not for everybody. It's for those that choose themselves. That's what it's for. It's the journey of self. So, all right, bye. Till next time.